Everything has a beginning and an end. Do succulents have a lifespan? Just because they're succulents doesn't mean they can live forever. In a way they can, through their offsprings. That's why it's very important that when you start growing succulents, you should think ahead and think of propagating so that we can continuously enjoy the beauty of these plants. Hello there, my name is Liz, a self-confessed succulent addict. Welcome to my channel, Growing Succulents. This is a cluster of Echeveria, perle von Nurnberg. These plants look like this is the mummy and those are the babies on the side, but they're not. Perle von Nurnberg, or PVN for short, is mostly solitary plants, which means when grown they would form a single rosette and would hardly have any offsets, or that means they don't tend to produce babies, or do they? Now these two, on the other hand, came from one plant. I've grown this one from a leaf and I planted it, and you can see the center there, so it offset and it split up, so they just want to go their own way, and one looking different from the other. So one is a lighter color and the other one is a sort of a darker color, slightly darker than the other one. But these two are siblings, or should I say mother and daughter. PVN comes in different shades of coloring. So this one's being sort of a grayish pink, and you also get ones that are of an intense pink, like this one's here, with a matching mealybug in the center there, that white fluffy bit, that's a mealybug. But it doesn't matter. This one now are all individual plants, so they did not grow from one plant. So if we inspect the back of it, they are all solitary plants that I planted and are grown from a leaf. These three lovely Marias here, or PVN, I did not grow these ones. I bought them and planted them separately to see if they will offset. They've been here for almost 2 years now and they still haven't offset. So that means they did not produce babies. But this one here, with that beautiful red stain on the leaf, this is just one plant I planted, and all these ones now are babies from that plant, that mother plant. And you can see from the inside as well, it's still putting out babies. So they might be grown from a leaf, but they're not, because I haven't harvested any leaves from this and throw it in there to grow as a baby. So even in here now you can see, oops, that one there, where did you come from? Maybe. No, it seemed to have grown from, yes, on the side of this other plant here. Okay, there you go. So there you go. So that's it. So it grew from the side of this one. So this is the mother plant and grew babies, and the babies are having babies. So you will get a strain, or lucky for me, I've got a strain wherein it is offsetting. So it's probably best to behead this one or head chop it sometime later on, so I can grow a strain that produce a lot of babies. This one also is, or are, solitary plants. I planted them, grown from a leaf. I've grown these ones from a leaf, and I planted them in this pot. And they still haven't produced babies, and they're already there for a couple of years. Some grow fast and big, and others are slow. So this one are more of the yellow edges, so they do have different coloration. So these ones, I put them in here because they have a much darker yellow edging leaves. This is my oldest PVN. The stem has all dried up, and although there's little babies growing on the side, this plant is already old and had it. So this is actually 4 years old. And so now it's got attacked by mealybug, and it's on its last leg. So if you can see, there's mealybug infestation there. And just because it's dying doesn't mean it's the end of her story. This terminal flower that is laden by mealybug can still produce a lot of babies, or the next generation of Perle von Nurnberg. This is now 3 months later, and I was supposed to cut this plant off, but I wanted to see how long it can survive. And as shown here, it tried to put out some babies in the bottom, but they're also drying off. So the best thing to do for these babies, if I want to save these babies here, is to remove it like so, and then plant this in, because you can see that the leaves are also dry. So that means this plant really needs a good soil to grow in. And look, there's a tiny little mealybug as well. So, and the mealybug doesn't help because it's sucking the life out of this plant. So now they grow so fast that maybe, yeah, we'll save it. I feel bad throwing it away. So I'm going to keep this and plant this. And this one in the bottom here shows new babies forming on the bottom of the plant. So that goes to show that this is not a solitary plant. Or it's mostly solitary, but you do get strains wherein they produce babies. So now this plant is on its last leg. And hang on, I'll take out these beautiful ones here, just so we can see how pretty, okay, ugly this one is. So I still got mealybug. I sprayed this already, but the mealybug just kept at it and kept coming back. So anyway, this one is already on its way out. So best to get rid of it and plant a new one of the new babies that I've got. And this one here is also, the soil is not very healthy, and you can see that the stem that's already, the nutrients is already depleted. So I'm just gonna break this off, there you go, and chop it off to there. So I'm gonna replant this, clean this up. Look at that, it's beautiful, isn't it? But anyway, so that one now will have to retire. Rest in peace, my first PVN. You have provided me with so many babies. Thank you very much. You can now move on to the next stage. And hopefully I'll still get to see you one day. And this one now, I should probably take that off. There you go. And maybe I could still save this and grow this. And might as well take that one too. There you go. So now you're bare. Goodbye. Oh, there's another little one there, but we'll leave that, okay, to keep you company from the hereafter.